He said he's gonna hurt something.
No.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Welcome back to the Our Perspective podcast. Today it is me and Rendall, and we have a special guest. One thing I want to note is a bunch of you guys have been asking for more episodes on the Oasis YouTube channel. And we actually are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so check us out. We've got, I think, as of now, I think we have 11 or 12 episodes, so we definitely have more than what's just on that channel. We will continue to put some of these videos on there, but not all of them, so please check it out.
We also have our own YouTube channel where we post all of our own stuff. So if you're just on YouTube, you can go to Our Perspective YouTube channel.
YouTube, Instagram.
Spotify.
Apple, yeah, all right. all the podcasts.
Yeah.
So, anyway, take it away.
Okay, so this is Josie, and you want to say your last name?
Soares.
Okay. So how we met her was my sister met her on a ultra program that she was on. She was gone for 6 months in South America. And are you from Argentina? Or are you from
Brazil.
You're from Brazil, and you live in Argentina.
Yes.
Okay. And so, I don't know. What do you, you're in medical school, right?
Yes.
Is that right? How's that going for you?
Well, it's tough. I mean, it's hard. But as long as you have, Jesus on board, you're able to do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I respect you because I did not like school, so I could not imagine going to school after high school.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I wouldn't choose it if I could. Mm-hmm. But I really felt it was what God was wanting me to do. So
that's good. Now, did you grew up in Rio de Janeiro? Is that right?
Yes. So I was born and raised in a city called Niterói. Okay. It's has its boundaries with Rio, the city of Rio. Then we moved when I was about I was 12 or something, and 5 years ago I had the opportunity to go to live in Argentina to study there. So since 2018, I'm living there.
Okay, and so this is your first time in the U.S., right?
In the north.
Oh yeah. You were in Florida, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't count.
Yeah,
it says the United States. So yeah.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Yep. And how long have you been on this trip, in the U.S.?
It was Tuesday night, so it would be 5 days.
Okay.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. And did you fly into?
Yes, I fly into DC, and I was there for a day and a night, and then we drove to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And we've been so the next day we would hit New York City, randomly, which I loved. And we would spend the other day in Lancaster, Friday, and in the little cute towns. I loved it. And so yesterday, Saturday, we drove here. We drove here.
That's right. So last night, we were learning about Josie's life. And
I've heard a little bit about this. It sounds interesting.
So Josie, is it just before this trip, or were you on this trip when you said yes?
No, I was in Brazil actually.
It was in Brazil.
So yes.
Okay.
I was not in Argentina, but not here.
Okay.
Yep.
So she said yes. So she hasn't been on a first date yet.
Yes.
But she said yes that she's going to. So we were teaching her last night about barnyarding. And so we wanted her to say it in her accent because it's so funny.
Yeah, so we're not actually dating yet, but we're barnyarding.
Barnyarding.
And I love that. I mean, we're definitely doing this.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Well, that's super cool. Bet you're excited to get back.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yes,
that's cool.
See how it goes.
Well, yeah, so we have some questions for Josie. Brevin has a couple of them, and I have a couple of them. So
super efficient.
Interview style.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready.
So, my first question. These are just questions I literally just thought of maybe an hour ago. So we've got how do Brazilians or just South America in general, how do they view the U.S. in your best?
You're speaking for
all of them. Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
You're the spokesperson for all of
South America. It's too much.
and with that, what would be what were your expectations with that coming to the
Okay. So as a Brazilian, like our people would have like that image of the States, like the American way of life, you know, kind of thing. We actually studied about like we studied about it, and when you're studying at school and all. So we would like literally all our like movies, all of our things. I feel like 90% of the stuff that we with the globalization stuff and all, we have a lot of like the States in there. So it would be like a dream to almost everybody to come here and to I don't know, go to Disney World or to hit New York City. You know, some California, and yeah. So
I think it's also good for like people who have never been to the U.S. They always go to New York City, and like cities. L.A. And it's like the U.S. is. I mean, that is such a small part of the U.S.
I mean, so. As of like coming here, I really know like that's what I say that Florida didn't count because we really like have this like image of the States, but. Me personally, I was like, okay, I want to really get to know the States, you know, like we kind of get a little bit of that with the movies and all, because like, you know, a little town movie or a city kind of thing. We were actually talking about like When Calls the Heart yesterday, like how my dad loves it. And I mean, Lancaster has this kind of vibe, so I like it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh
yeah. So I feel like I was expecting it to be like a lot better than we actually see it, you know, like New York City kind of thing. And I got that one. It's totally what I was expecting. And even more, like, it's crazy how it really, like, literally feels that you're in the movie, you know, like, because like all the scenarios and all, it's like such movie-like.
That's fun. Well, and that's because you've lived in the city most of your life, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that would be. I mean, that's something I would have to get used to. I was never. Yeah, this is the biggest city I've lived in. We have like 2,500 people. So.
No, I love that. I love that. I mean, I actually like when I see my future, I kind of see me like living in the countryside. So.
Okay.
I was just gonna ask you. I was like, do you like the countryside better or like the city life?
No, I like the countryside.
You like the countryside?
Yeah. Because the city, okay, it can be cool for you to hit the city and be there for a little bit. But then to live there, it's, so, like, busy and loud.
Yeah. So this question kind of goes with the first one, but what were the first impressions, like, when you first came? Like, first impressions of the U.S.?
Into D.C.?
Into D.C.?
Where did you?
Or should we ask first impressions of Rendall and the family? That she's staying with your family, correct?
Yeah,
I'm a little scared what you're gonna say.
Maybe we should. No.
I'd like to.
Okay.
You were playing spike ball, so it was fun.
Yep.
She'd never heard of spike ball,
no,
so
we don't have it there.
It was interesting to try and explain spike ball to someone.
Yes, also, I had a little bit of a hard time trying to understand how it went.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So yeah, what were in the U.S.? What were your first impressions? Just general. I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
Like maybe like busier than you thought, or not as busy. Was more people, less people?
I loved it. I don't know. I mean, airport is like, oh my god, I'm seeing all the stores and food places that I actually like always heard about. And I don't know. I literally like got to see like snow for the first time in my first night. Like when in the first morning, it was like cars were a little bit covered with snow. And I was like, oh, exactly what I was expecting it to be.
That's cool.
I think it matches my expectations even better. I mean, I like it here.
Yeah.
What else did you do yesterday for the first time?
Oh boy, what was this?
A gun. I'm good at it. I've never touched a gun before.
Yeah. And she nailed a
little bottle.
Yeah, water bottle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like from, I don't know, looked like 20, 30 yards up.
Nice. First time. That's good.
First time shooting. I mean, I've hit it twice.
Yeah, you hit it twice.
Like the 2 times that I've shot it, I hit it. I mean,
easy. Too easy.
I should start learning.
She tried to shoot. What did they throw up in the air?
And I was a little ball,
Like,
I guess.
was it a
tennis
clay?
ball. I think no
Oh,
tennis
tennis.
ball.
Oh, okay.
And she missed.
Yeah.
So
That's a
Okay,
little
it was
bit.
moving.
Moving targets are a little
Yes.
bit harder.
So I
Yeah.
told her she wanted to go hunting, and then I just said that we
You better keep that. You better keep
How about you shoot it and let it die, and then she can
Then
shoot
you
it.
can shoot it. There you go.
I love that.
Hey, we'll set out a decoy for you, and it won't move. And
There you
you'll be
go.
like, oh, there's a deer. And then,
Perfect, yeah. Make sure you're sleeping, and then maybe I can shut it.
That's funny. All right. Well, okay. I got the next question. What is the difference, or like the big differences between the Brazilian culture or the Argentinian? How would you say that? Argentinian culture?
I mean, I don't
Or-
know.
and the, like-
Argentinian?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like the difference between those cultures and the U.S. culture, like American.
Okay, so Argentina and Brazil are very different.
Really?
Yes.
Mhm.
So, we were talking about that
Mhm.
earlier, Brazil, like, though Brazil is like in South America, it's so different from the other South American countries. I mean, it has a little bit to do with Colombia, maybe,
Mhm.
but we're like we're unique in
We're
that kind of way.
We're different.
We're different.
Yes, we are.
That's crazy to me. Like how, I mean, I guess states are, we were talking about that a little bit earlier too, is
yeah,
like Ohio versus a West Coast state. It's just a
Uh-huh.
complete different,
Yeah.
like how
I
people
can
live.
imagine.
and-
Different America.
Yeah.
yeah. Like for like just to start, like we talk Portuguese in Brazil, and the
Yeah.
other South American countries like speak Spanish. I
Mhm.
don't know if you guys know that because
I do it, but
okay,
I found that
okay.
out yesterday.
yeah, good. Because some of Americans like we would ask, oh, so you speak Brazilian? And like, no, it's not a language. I mean, it's Portuguese. But actually, I have a question. for
Yes.
you.
I was
Yeah.
I was really hoping you wouldn't ask this
I'm gonna.
because I have no idea.
I'm gonna.
I have
wanna,
no
I wanna
idea.
have it recorded here.
Yeah.
So as Brazilian people, I see ourselves like very warm people.
Okay.
Like very, warm people. Like hug, not everybody, but as a culture, like
Yeah.
very fun people. Like we in Argentina, for example, when you see a person smile and in the streets, like something, oh, this person smile, you know. In Brazil, it's like so calm. It's just like everybody's just.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
Happy.
although we have a lot of struggles and like real, like it's bad, like misery and poverty and those kind of stuff. Like I think it's like a blessing to have that kind of joy,
Mhm.
even though we live those kind of things.
Yeah.
And I mean, you people, you're a little bit colder, you know,
Mhm.
just kind of doing your own thing, you know,
Yeah.
like we would be like more people
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
people
That was
person.
one thing I noticed when I went to the Dominican Republic,
Okay.
and that was like about a year ago. And the difference between like down there, they will have conversations with each other on the job, and
Yes.
they might not get as much done, but they value relationships
Yes,
more
yes.
than getting work done. Whereas up here, we're like,
We're talking
get
about
the
that.
work
like,
done like
work.
now, and
Yes.
then once we're done, then we'll talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do get a lot of work done,
We do,
but
yeah.
I mean, that's, I guess, pro and con is I think we could get a
Yes.
lot better at
Mm-hmm.
more of the relationship side. If we're just in a store and you, even if you see someone you know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're like, I just don't have time. And so I'm just going to like,
That's
I'm going to
great.
buy my stuff and go to the
You're
car.
like, I'm on lunch
I
break
mean-
for work. I gotta go.
Yeah,
right now.
whereas-
I don't have time.
you know, I think we could probably, we're like you said, we're a little bit more cold. It's a little bit harder to loosen us up.
I think if
so.
we like kind of mixed,
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
Like
if
mix.
we find a balance.
yes,
Mhm.
it would be perfect.
Mhm.
Because I think like I felt that like I would smile at every person at the street, you know, like, oh, good afternoon, or,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or spend time with people. I think we as human beings, I think that's, you know, essential.
Mhm.
It helps a lot, you know,
Mhm.
like because you have to have like relationships, and I think that's a good thing about us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, what are some good things, or some things that the U.S., like America, does really good, and then what do we do that's really bad?
Other than being cold.
Other than-
Well, and that actually has to do probably a little bit with our like just our immediate culture here,
Yeah.
because it's not like this everywhere.
No.
So with
But
we
The
have like the
community,
Amish community
okay.
that does,
very work driven.
they are extremely
Mhm.
sorry, they're extremely cold compared to like, especially South America.
Yes.
They're like very, even to their own family, like
Okay.
it's not a thing where like they wouldn't say I love you a whole lot. Now they do, but it's not like, I don't know, it's just different. They don't show love outwardly near as much.
They the way they show love would be doing good work for them.
Yeah,
pretty much. Like
okay,
would
so
be
it's
a way.
different way of showing love.
it is, yeah. Like
Yeah.
Just,
but sometimes
they're just
it's
not as
good to
vocal.
hear.
Yeah, and
You know,
I
love
could
you
see
and
definitely
you're
from
back.
your perspective, like it could appear as really cold, and it is. I think it is definitely colder, but they do show it differently.
Yes.
Like I mean, I have a friend in Honduras. We do
Daniel, shout out.
Daniel.
He listens to all our podcasts.
Yeah,
Aw.
he's our biggest fan.
Yes.
By the way, he's the only one who comments, so
I was
you
gonna
guys need to
say,
comment.
I know you can see it on like where we look at all our analytics and whatever. You can see that who replies to the
Daniel.
comment. Daniel every time.
Yep. Shout out to Daniel.
Yes.
But he, like, I would look at. I mean, he's in Honduras, so it is a little bit different, but I guess it'd be somewhat similar.
Yes, again.
But he, like, I know in our friendship, me and him, like, there's times where I'll text him and I'll be a little bit short. Like, I'll just like, what's up? And
Yes.
he's very much, like, he'll send 4 or 5 little texts. And it's like,
We're
to me,
kinda
it's like,
simple.
what the world? Like, dude, just send one little text, you're fine.
Yes.
And then he was shocked. This was the funniest thing. Was I texted, shout out Yvonne, you're probably listening. Maybe.
Yeah. He just started listening, actually. He
Okay.
was like, yeah, I'm just going to start listening.
Yeah. So he's my best friend from growing up, whatever. And he had his 21st birthday, or was it 22nd?
No, 23rd.
22nd.
No, 22nd.
22nd. And I texted him happy birthday. I just literally just said happy birthday. And Daniel was right there and he's like, dude, like, he's your best friend. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, I don't care. Just happy birthday.
Fun fact, I've seen like in Instagram like reel or something like that, and it's like an American guy that lives in Brazil. I think he's like dating a Brazilian or is married to a Brazilian. Married to, right? Is that
Yeah.
So he was like talking about that difference, you know, like he would be okay. So Americans would say happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. And so Brazilian would be like, oh, happy birthday to my best person in the world.
Yeah.
You're the funniest. I love you. Oh, you remember that time? We were like, you know? And the person would like answer it back like, oh, if God may bless me, if you want God to bless me, so he may bless you 1,000 times more. You know, you're the best. And so yeah, we're just like that. It doesn't feel right if you just say happy birthday.
Yeah.
It feels like insensitive, you know?
Yeah, that's well, I saw Daniel texted one of his friends when he was here, and he sent like a paragraph.
A text.
And he said he's not
text.
really even that great of a friend. Like, I mean, he was a friend, but not like his best friend. And I mean, it was like a paragraph. Like,
His
Daniel,
thumbs were going crazy.
oh yeah, and so like, and even the text that I sent Yvonne, like, I think he just like, you know, thanks, thumbs up,
I mean,
Like,
thumbs up.
thumbs
What?
up, done. Yep.
You do that when something's wrong. I mean,
That's what I've heard.
Yes, that's
say that.
Really?
They've said that like thumbs up is becoming a
It's like-
offensive
yes.
thing because it's
Oh.
like too
Okay.
short or like yeah.
like,
it's
I
like-
could see that in certain. Yeah, I
Like,
could see that.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
so you have
John.
to send many exclamation points. I'm a hype.
I like
texter.
this one.
I'm a hype texter. I
That
send
like the
many
goalpost.
exclamation points.
I like that. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, like we are very emotional like, users. Like we totally use this. Like
Mhm.
be like a 10 hearts, red hearts.
Red
I love you, 10 hearts. You know, like, so.
All the different color hearts.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that happens with South America's kind of
Mhm.
way.
I will say, like every
Not
time
Brazil.
I've been there, like down, I guess central or south. Not really south. I was in Colombia for a little bit. I
Cool.
forgot about it, but just for like a day or two. But whenever I go down like that area, like Central America, it's like the culture is like it's really cool to be there. Like I forget like how cold we are sometimes. Like being friendly is actually like so much fun.
Yes.
Like honestly,
Yes,
like
it is.
it's so nice to walk through people and everyone's like hello, like
Yeah,
hi.
it's
You
like,
can just
good
wave at
afternoon,
everybody.
hi,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know?
It's so fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that when you're like that, I don't know, but me, I like to get that way with people, and I feel that you like can make stronger connections.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely,
Mhm.
you know, like when they say like when you share your like struggles or you know what you've been through, what you're going through, you would like bond more with the person. So I feel like that, like if you are friendly, if you smile. I mean, I'm smiling all the time. Since I'm here, like I'm having a great time. Like literally like a dream coming true. And to be able to be here with my friends. I mean, I haven't seen them since April last year. So it's like almost a year.
Yeah.
It was a blessing. So I love it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Oh, so the question, I guess I've never answered that. Like the good things and bad things.
Yeah. So is there anything good with the U.S.? I'm curious. Is there anything good?
I mean, yes, you guys have good food.
Oh.
That's a new one.
Okay, let's make a statement before I forget it. Açaí is Brazilian.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I was very mad that we didn't know that.
Please. Like, consider it when you're talking about açaí. I mean, it's a total Portuguese word. With the C, the little thing. Yes.
I never knew there is that C. There's like a little, I don't know, something on it.
Yeah, like I don't know, like an S.
I don't, something squiggly.
Okay,
squiggly. No, I don't know.
So it's like a product made like from a Amazon, like I think it's Amazon, or I don't know, north part that a little fruit that grows in the north of Brazil. So it's.
I did not know. Like I would have had no idea. That. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's a kind of bad thing with you guys. I mean,
we don't give enough credit.
Yeah, we give you credit.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Not just that. I mean, we like as Brazilians, as I was saying, like we love your culture, and we would have like English things, like English names, and every through the city. But some people like really don't like your culture just because of that. I mean, you would feel so proud. But not in a good way, like in a not selfish, like but ego, a way. So maybe that would be like a bad thing about you guys. Like you it feels like you I don't know. I'm not talking about you.
That's okay. That's fine.
Culture,
no, I'm being offended right now.
Oh, I'm so offended. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no.
So is there anything good to say about the U.S.?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
wait,
the food.
Wait.
The food.
No, wait.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So it's kind of maybe feels like you guys live like in a bubble.
Okay.
Kind of thing that you would not know that Brazil is a country, or I don't know if that happens, but. For example, what's the capital of Brazil?
I have no idea. I do not know.
She asked me this yesterday, and I thought I might know, but I literally...
You want to try?
I don't. I honestly...
Just throw something there.
I honestly don't want to try. What does it start with?
Okay.
With the B.
Yeah, with the B.
Ooh, that was not what I was going to pick.
You're going to say São Paulo or...
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I was going to say that. So what is it?
Brasilia.
Literally.
Really?
Brasilia,
yes. It's
I've never heard of that, ever.
With an S, right?
Yes, with an S.
Brasil.
Brasilia.
Okay. Yeah. I've never heard of that.
Well, once it was Rio. Rio was the capital.
Okay.
But in the, colonial times or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, and after another place called Bahia, and then not in that.
I mean, that was my first thought was Rio, because that's all that's
the biggest
American.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that would be like the same thing of thinking that New York City would be the capital of the states.
Yeah.
Because or São Paulo kind of thing. But yeah, besides that, I really, really love the country. I mean, that's our random things that happen to happen. But I love the country. I love the people. I mean, I really want God to call me here. You know okay. Come here. Please. Yes. My guy, come with me. We're gonna get married and we're gonna move here.
You gotta tell him to listen to this.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to translate.
Yes, I will.
Oh well. Maybe you can figure out a way to do it.
I'm gonna teach him English.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Then you can bring him up.
Yes, and our children are gonna be you're gonna speak it all.
Oh yeah.
Spanish, Portuguese, English.
Yeah, just everything.
Yep.
So yeah, but I really love you guys make some quality stuff like clothes.
Hmm.
Or yeah, I like your weather. I like your kind of living. I like that.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit. I mean, would you say, like, when I look at the U.S., I would say it's a lot easier to, like, okay, let's say I start a family, I'm 30 years old, like, I could probably, most people can, like, afford a house or rent a pretty nice place that you have, a garage, you have your own space.
Yes.
Is that something you noticed? I know going to Italy and some of those places, if you have a house, that's like everyone's in apartments. Yeah. Like very few people actually have their own house. Where in the US, it's a lot easier. You might not, you might not be in the best area or whatever, but most people can afford to buy at least something as far as a house.
That's a good thing. Yeah. In Brazil, it's hard to have to own a house or it's a pretty good thing about you guys.
Yeah.
One interesting fact that she said was that stuff that comes from America down in Brazil or Argentina, right?
Yeah, both.
Is like she said, like the iPhone, like the new iPhone, they're like double what they are here.
I mean, more than double.
That's right, because Daniel waited to get an iPhone until he was here.
That's right.
That's what
right. Yeah. So, you got it here. Yeah.
I mean, because we would have a lot of taxes, and it's insane.
Yeah.
Like you would pay, I don't know, like $800 for a phone here. There you would pay like $1,800.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean,
2,000 for a phone.
That's crazy.
No, that's we were talking about like the how to say that, like the minimum payment.
So the minimum wage. Worker or people down there is
like
$3,000 a year.
Per year.
Wow.
It's nothing.
Interesting.
And then imagine if you want to buy an iPhone. That's half a year's worth of
salary.
That's crazy.
Ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
I mean,
and then we
I'm down for raising the minimum wage there, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, not.
That's minimum, obviously.
Yes, that's minimum. I mean, it's like what the government would, that's the minimum you have to pay, at least that.
Yeah.
But of course, like families, like in the medium, I don't know how to say that. Yeah, like not too poor, not too rich.
Middle class.
Yep. They would make like twice that or more.
Okay.
But yeah, still.
Even still, like 10,000 a year is like up here. I mean, you're doing really
That's
bad.
why like it's so normal, like to women's, like married couple, women, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Women and men they both have to work.
Yeah. Yep.
So like, when a woman cannot work, like it's a privilege.
I see that.
And another thing that I like about all of you, like, is how proud you are to be an American, for example. Like how great.
That might not be everywhere you go, to be honest.
Well, it's America's changing, but overall.
Oh yeah, I would say.
More than us.
Yeah.
I mean, totally.
You're not proud to be a Brazilian.
I don't know.
You are.
I don't know. Yeah. She seemed pretty proud at the start.
I know. I mean,
you got to give us credit for our acai.
Just because I'm here. If I'm there, I was like, "Oh, America." So I'm standing up for my people.
Yep.
There you go.
No, but yeah, we would like as Brazilian people, like it's changing as you're saying. But as Brazilian people, we would always think that what is foreign is better.
Okay. Yep.
So if like American things are better, European things are better, we would like, how to say that, like ourselves, like that.
Yeah, I see what you're like, and then we would probably look at other countries like we're better than them.
Yeah,
you see, so it happens both ways.
Yeah.
So it's a bad thing for both of us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you want to say your favorite word that you've learned?
Oh yeah.
So my favorite word, like, definitely is spicy. I love that word. Actually, it's so like I feel like that I can use it with everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can. How do you use spicy? Like what? How would you? You can kind of use it for anything. Like
I mean, ooh, look at that, spicy.
Spicy.
Like, ooh, I wasn't expecting that, or like,
I think goes along.
Yes.
Spicy.
Oh my.
Or when people like when a person is being mean or spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, I got one kind of one question to wrap it up.
Okay.
We're getting wrapped up. So what is, like, as far as the church in Brazil, I don't know much about it. Or I guess Argentina would be now is where you're living.
Yes.
Obviously I know Catholics are going to be, that's a big deal there, Catholicism and stuff. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. I know we talked a little bit about it, but yeah, just kind of general thoughts of like how it is down there. Here it's like everyone knows about Jesus. Everyone knows what it is, at least. Most people in our community would at least say they believe in God.
Okay.
Not live it out.
Correct. They might not.
They would profess. Anyway.
Yeah, they would actually, they would almost get offended if you'd be like, oh, well, are you actually living it or whatever? Mm-hmm. They're like, oh no, I believe in God. But they don't really,
act like Christians.
Yeah. So a lot of people know about it here, and most people know what's right and wrong. I mean, they know it, know better, I guess. But yeah, speak a little bit, I guess, on what you see down there.
I'll talk about a little bit about both countries.
Mm-hmm.
So they are very different in this like topic. I would say Argentina is like not totally not Christian.
Mm-hmm.
They would have like some Catholic and I would say Protestant.
Mm-hmm. Protestant.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
churches. But it's not a thing. I mean, they're a very like liberal country. I mean, they have abortion is approved. There's allowed. A lot of other things that comes with it, and that come with it. But in Brazil, I think I would consider like Brazil more of a conservative country.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I mean, because of that Catholic base, like it's very, very strong in there. That's why like it's changing, as we were saying, because like the youth would be like fighting for it to change.
Mm-hmm.
But they would, that's why abortion is not approved there yet, because because of this Catholic base. But like Christianity is really strong in Brazil, actually.
Okay.
I mean,
good to hear.
Everybody.
Yeah.
We have a lot of missionaries and a lot of things. It's way more than Argentina, I guess. I think we are very passionate about it. As I look to the States, I could see like I'm really, really glad to be here, like, and to visit the church, because I really see passion on it, because I would look at the States and I would think that, like, it's just tradition.
Yeah.
Right now, like, remember when you hear about like Azusa revival? I don't know if you remember.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And all that stuff that used to happen here. And now you would look at the country, it's like just we at least see it's like it's dead.
Yeah.
In a Christian way. It's like tradition, in God we trust, but we don't actually live it.
Yeah. Yep.
So in Brazil, thankfully, it's not like that. Like we still, though unfortunately it's changing for bad. We still got the passion, for Jesus. And you would go to church, like it's so common to see, like a street would have like 3 or 4 churches,
Yeah.
So it's very, very strong in Protestant ones.
Protestant, yep.
So, but at the same time, like they're going the other way around, like with the neo-Pentecostalism.
Not sure what that.
Pentecostal?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes, about like they're missing the gospel, like the real.
Down.
Yeah, so it's hard. I thank God, like for churches like that, like this one, like mine in Argentina, like the one I go to, because it's really, I feel like it's getting hard to actually find a true, church, like a true Church of God.
Yeah, that's one thing, like in our area, and I'm not saying it for all churches, but in this area it can tend to be very tradition based, and it can be very, very cold as far as the way churches go. So even for us to be at this point where we're at, as far as, I don't know, we're a lot more open than some of the churches that would be here. There's more and more it's becoming that way, especially with the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
That was something that this church that we go to, Oasis, that's something that they had to, they stuck their nose out.
And they went through the fire for that one.
They did. At the start, it was,
I can't imagine.
it was bad. But, now it's actually, I mean, it's, I guess, very prevalent, and it's, a lot of that stuff is changing. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Do you have, so down there, like something that happens here is we can get very opinionated and judgmental. Okay. So we have, like, we would have a ton of churches, but it's because they don't agree with each other.
So it's not a good,
it's not a good thing.
Okay.
Now,
yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm against, like, if there's some differences and it's like, hey, we look at it like this, and, we're a little bit more this way, that's fine. But if it's like, oh, you're wearing black shoes, or, oh, you're wearing white shoes,
yes.
or, I don't like your shoes, we're going to go to a different church.
Yeah.
I mean, Wes,
petty differences.
Would we go back to the gospel, please? But yeah, I get that. I mean, it can totally happen in Brazil too. It does, actually. Like, I don't know, a church would split because people would have different thoughts about something, and it's sad. I mean, it's sad. I think as a church, we should be like more united, than split. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happens a lot down there too. But what you're saying about like this church having a hard time in the beginning of it, and I can totally imagine that. I mean, Jesus came and he went like against all the tradition, and well, they killed him. So I mean, yes, I think that's a good time, when people are against you, and it's pretty hard to stick to the gospel in those nowadays, because people does, like, like, I don't know how to say this, but they change the gospel like a lot
to what they're wanting to do, and tradition,
into tradition, or into, I don't know, a little, like, a lot of mysticism. I don't know. Mysticism? Yeah, like, I don't know. For example, in Brazil, we would have churches that would have people that are like with like possessed demons.
Possessed, yes.
Okay, and they would like talk with demons, like, oh, where are you from, and all this stuff. I mean, come on, So yeah, it's hard to stick to the gospel. So I'm pretty glad that you guys are in that place, and I have a church down there, and it was a little, like, literally, it was a gift from God.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes. That's and we're probably still a little bit, like, I still feel like, man, I've been to Israel, I've been to places where it's completely, like, Israel's very much like our culture, with the Jewish community, but it's so much, like, they are so expressive and dance, and like, you'll see like, so like in our community, if you say this type of people, that could mean 50 different things. Same thing with the Jewish. It's Orthodox, ultra-Orthodox.
Yes.
Some of them aren't even practicing barely. But at the end of the day, they all dance together. They're all Jewish, and they all are, like, they're unified. And that is just, amazing. That's something we want in our church. I think that's part of the vision, is to have all different walks of life in the church. And so, yeah, that's really good to hear from someone outside of it first coming in, and all that.
I've been, like, God has been talking a lot with me about it. I mean, I think the most incredible thing would be like that. And actually, our pastor down there in Argentina, he was preaching about it a lot before I came on vacation. How about, like, we were talking about that with the girls too, like how our differences should unite us even more than split us, Yeah. Because I mean, okay, so we should have.
You're good.
Like,
yep.
Okay.
We'll correct you if you're wrong.
We should be able to, like, okay, so you think X, but I think it's Y, but, well, it doesn't matter. We can get together, worship God together, I mean, me as a non-Mennonite or
Mm-hmm.
yes, for me it's like incredible to be here. And literally, our pastor was talking about it because okay, so if you like for yourself, you don't feel like you can use pants or you can't do that, these or that. Maybe I don't see a problem in it. But like for me, for me to worship with you, to worship God with you, if I have to do that, I would totally do that. Like it's not a problem. I mean, it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be a problem. Like people keep like inventing problems, like just to be separate. Yeah,
that's very true.
Separate and to not unite. And like, I mean, the whole the body of Christ is about unite, being united and unites. And I mean, that's a tricky thing that the enemy does. Like you are sick with your truth, and I am sick with my truth, and like through that, he's making us like be separate, and he's destroying the body of Christ. I mean, and we are thinking that we're doing good, like because we're honoring God and we want to, do what the Bible said, but we're not doing, not doing this.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's amazing when so I don't know, I was not drawn into that culture.
Yep.
So for me, it's not. I don't know. For example, Person My Ear. I was telling the girls that literally the girls, like when they're born, they get out of the hospital with their ears pierced.
Like,
yeah, it's like a common thing, like it's natural. Even before you know what it is, you have it.
You just do it, yeah.
So, okay, so I am used to it. You're not, but okay, if I have to take it, I'll take it off.
Yeah.
I mean, what's more important, like for us to be together as a church and to glorify God and to, let the Holy Spirit flows through the body, or I don't know, just to fight because I wanna, I don't know, pierce my ears, or I wanna, I wanna use pants or whatever. I mean, those are like, it's so silly. It's so silly.
Yeah.
So I love that, like the difference we can be united besides that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll wrap up with this, but it's something we actually said on another podcast was the difference between, what was the word I'm looking for? Preference versus truth. And I think we can so easily look at a preference. I may prefer this and you may prefer that, but it's not like, oh, you believe that way? Well, then we're different. Or like,
and we can't be friends.
And we can't be friends.
We can't associate with you at all.
Or you're insane. I can't deal with you. Or yes.
So that's Well, thank you so much for having.
Thank you.
Yeah,
being here.
Not having having us on. Thank you for having us on. No, you did a lot of the talking, so it was cool.
I to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It was amazing. I mean, I've been doing some amazing, like American random stuff. So I love it. It's literally adding up to this experience so far.
That's cool.
Learning some slang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Spicy a lot.
Spicy. I'm good. I'm having my best life. I'm living my best life.
So. There you go. Well, hey, we'll see you in the next podcast.
Let's go.